Imagine a life where you wake up to the sound of the ocean waves. You don't have to worry about going to work, your bills are paid off, you're living debt free, simply sipping margaritas on the beach, having the time of your life. This is how majority of people think financial freedom looks like. However, this is a rare reality. What if I tell you only 11% of Americans and a similar global number can actually call themselves financially free? Then what the hell is financial freedom? The real question is it even possible? If so, how? In this video, we will discuss a roadmap to financial freedom. We will answer questions such as what are the myths about financial freedom, how to find how much you really need to retire, and it doesn't have to be millions. Next, we will discuss 7 levels of wealth so you can find where you currently stand and what strategy you need accordingly. And last but not least, we will discuss step by step strategies to achieve your goals. And yes, it is possible to reach financial freedom even while working 9 to 5. Hi, I'm Priya and I simplify complex topics such as personal finance, business ideas, and digital tech. So if you're interested, then consider subscribing. But what is financial freedom really? Financial freedom is having enough savings, investments, and cash on hand to afford the lifestyle you want for yourself and your family. What financial freedom is not. Myth number one: financial freedom is only for the wealthy. That's not true. Financial freedom is about how you manage your money, not just about how much you earn. And yes, it is even possible to achieve financial freedom with average income. Which brings me to the next myth: you need to be a high income earner to be financially free. That's absolutely false. All depends on your lifestyle. If you increase your lifestyle with your salary, such that you're not saving enough or investing wisely, it doesn't matter how much you really make. Financial freedom means never working again. If that's the case, then why Bill Gates, Elon Musk, or Mark Zuckerberg are working? Financial freedom does give you that option where you can choose which projects you want to pick, what kind of work you want to pursue, and what is your purpose in life. Myth number four: it requires extreme frugality. That's absolutely false. I mean, this one is a bit tricky. It completely depends on what are your goals. For example, if you want to achieve your financial freedom as soon as possible and you don't mind living frugally, then that's your route. But if you don't want to compromise with your lifestyle and you can wait for a few more years, say 5 to 10 years, to reach your target, then that's absolutely your choice. But you can reach financial freedom even without being extreme frugal. Now let's find out how much do you really need to retire. So this is a calculator that I found which will help you to give an estimate of how much you need to retire early. I'll put this in my description so you can have a look and try yourself. So let's say that you make an annual income of 100,000 after tax, to your current annual expenses are say 70,000. Therefore you save around 30,000 annually. Now, your current saving rate is 30% according to this. Your current portfolio value, let's say so far you have around 50,000 in index funds. With the current rate, you will need 26.3 years to retire, and with a saving of 30%. If your annual expenses are 70,000, your annual savings are 30,000, your monthly expenses are 5833, and your monthly savings are 2,500. So if we crunch number, if we increase it to 40% instead of 30, it takes only 20 years to reach the goal. So how much income do you want each year? Let's say after retirement you want $50,000. Now, how much income will you get from your social security, pensions, and other sources each year? Now, this is something that you need to figure out, but here we're taking an estimate that probably each year we will get $25,000. You subtract this by this, you get this amount. So, this is the income that you need to create somehow, either by saving or by creating investments each year, such that you get paid this much annually so you can live a comfortable life. We need to find out how much inflation rate are we considering. So as you know, the prices will increase each year because of inflation. I have considered 3% inflation rate. However, you can find out what is the inflation rate in your own country. I've taken 3% for the example. Years until retirement, let's say I want to retire in 30 years. Let's say I'm having 5% return at least each year from my investments. Investment return during retirement, let's say I'm making the same 5%, but this is something which is very idealistic. You could be making less or more. So the minimum amount needed at retirement is therefore $1 million, $1.2 million. And how much have you saved for retirement so far? You have saved $250,000, and therefore your annual saving goal is $2,000 minimum. So this is the amount that you need to save minimum. This brings me to the next point. There are only three ways how you can get financially free. Number one is if you save to retire. Number two is if you save and invest such that your investments help you pay your expenses. And third is if you save, invest, and you create side hustles or passive form of incomes that help you in the future to pay off your expenses. No matter what strategy you decide, it will come under these three buckets. Now that we've got the basics of financial freedom right, let's talk about 7 levels of wealth so you can really see where you currently stand and what level you aspire to get to. Level number one, debt, where you have more liabilities than assets. When it comes to debt, a lot of people have misconceptions that debt is a bad thing. Debt can be a good debt and debt can be a bad thing as well. Let me explain. Good debt is typically a lower interest rate debt that you believe will grow in value over time. For example, your mortgage for your business or even education where you get return on investment once you get a job. Then there is bad debt. Bad debt is typically a high interest rate debt, which is not backed by a value asset. For example, your car loan, your credit card loan, or your store credit. Once you've crossed this stage, the second level of wealth is called solvent. When you're living paycheck to paycheck without debt. Majority of the people fall into this category of wealth. Third is called stable, where you have regular savings and to some extent some financial security. That if something goes wrong, you know you have that saving to cope up with it. Then fourth, security, where your essential expenses are covered by your investment income. Then fifth is independence, which most people achieve after retirement, where the lifestyle investments are covered by their investment income. Now comes the levels where only minority of people actually fall. Level number 6, freedom is where you can make significant lifestyle choices. For example, you want to go to Miami for a concert in your jet, that's freedom. Now comes the last level of wealth. That's called abundance, where wealth exceeds all your personal needs. This is where the minority of population fall. Here in this category, we are talking about Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos. Now that you've understood the levels of wealth, so we're going to talk about step-by-step guide on how you can start working on your financial freedom from today. Step number one, define your financial freedom. Do you aspire to become a millionaire where you can make significant lifestyle changes without even worrying? Or do you feel happy with your frugal life? You're okay to retire early, you want to live, you want to travel, and you don't care about how much money you really have, you just want it to cover your basic expenses. Then probably you're just looking for independence, not freedom. So define your financial goals. If you don't know that number, then you're just throwing arrows in the dark. Next, now that you know the number, create a detailed budget. Figure out what are you making now? How much do you need to reach that goal? If, for example, you are only considering saving as an option where you want to save while working in your 9 to 5 to retire and invest wisely, then it's very important to start working on your budget and know each and every penny, where it's going, where it's coming from. I don't care you want to be a billionaire, if you don't have an emergency fund, you are in trouble. We learned this lesson during COVID, and this is something that we need to keep working on. Having an emergency fund is very important. Step number 4, pay off your debt. If you have any debt, it's very important to get it out of your life as soon as possible. Unless it's a good debt which you know will give you value in the future. Even if that's the case, you should have an emergency fund and you need to have enough so that you can live your life without worrying about it. When it comes to focusing on debt, there are two methods to follow. First, focus on high interest debt, which is called avalanche method, and then start paying small debts like credit card debt, store credits, etc. And that's called snowball method. If you want to learn more about it, let me know in the comments section and I'll be more than happy to explain. Step number 5, increase your income. I know, you know, we all know that average millionaire have 5 to 7 form of incomes. When it comes to having income, it's very important to set it up one by one. You will find a lot of videos in my channel about this topic, so if you're interested, then consider subscribing. Tip number 6. Now that you figured out you're going to increase your form of incomes, you have figured out your budget, you have figured out the number. Now it's time to save and invest. I don't believe personally in saving all my money, and when it comes to saving, always consider a high interest rate for savings account. It's very important. Research for it, look out for it, don't be lazy. Next is step number 7, practice frugal living. It doesn't matter how much you're making. If you're not able to manage and grow your money, you're never going to reach your financial freedom goals. There are stories of people who reached that mark of $1 million, and lost all their money because they didn't know how to manage their money. The whole idea of financial freedom is absolutely not possible. It doesn't matter how much you're making. You need to know how to manage your money and grow it and keep an eye on it. Number 8, protect your wealth. Now, here I'm talking about insurance coverage or estate plan. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then let me know in the comment section and I will be more than happy to make another video to explain to you, because this is a whole another topic. Step number 9 is continuously educate yourself. So it's important to keep on educating yourself consistently. Step number 10, now that you've figured out everything, have patience, believe in yourself, monitor, and consistently check on if you're reaching your goals or not. I personally keep one day in a month to check my budget, to check what I'm doing with my investments, to check how things are going. Because if I don't, then it will just, some expenses come out. Like, for example, I had to buy this new laptop, which I didn't, plan to, and it affected my investment plan for the month. So figure out how you're going to compensate next month. It's very important to monitor your plan. And last but not least, enjoy your achievements. Once you have those milestones and you're reaching those milestones, then enjoy it. Don't be so harsh on yourself. It's important to be frugal, but it's also important to reward yourself every now and then. If you like this video, then click on the like button. If you didn't like this video, then let me know in the comment section why didn't you like it, what would you like me to improve on, and I'll be more than happy to receive your suggestions. Remember, I want our community to help each other, so if you have more to add to this topic, then let me know in the comment section. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.